Hello and welcome to Vancouver Island Bushcraft. We're back at the bench here, and I just wanted to run through a little more fire starting techniques. The reason why I dwell so much on fire starting is because when it comes to bushcrafting, putting up a shelter, and even if you don't know what you're doing, you can throw up a tarp. You can bring water with you, you bring food with you, but fire starting when it comes to bushcraft is literally 90% of your skills, being able to start a fire regardless of weather. So there's a lot of different ways of doing it. I'm just going to quickly go through some of the ways that I have usually with me. I almost always use a ferro rod, but these are different ways that allow me to start a fire without doing that. One of the first ones I touched earlier was this magnesium rod. Magnesium is a highly flammable metal when shaved. And I notice a lot of people, when they use their magnesium, they'll put a couple of shavings and then they'll try to light it. It'll light right away and nothing will light. It's really important when you're using magnesium that you shave, same thing with 45 degrees, just shave like this with the back of your knife. And usually this is the amount you see people grabbing. This is not going to do it. Now I did a whole bunch of this stuff here a little bit earlier, and this is the amount of magnesium that you need to start a fire properly. You take your shavings and you put them on top, just like this. And then when you go to light your fire, you hit the base of the magnesium, and you'll see how it goes up. It's very, very hot. It's like, I can't remember how many thousands of degrees this stuff burns, but it burns this stuff very, very well. So I carry one of these and a ferro rod together on a knife, which works really good. So I'm going to put this out here, seeing as I'm in my house. So another really good way of having a fire is in the woods. There's, especially in these woods here, there's a bunch of Douglas fir, pine, and that kind of stuff, and there's pitch everywhere. Everywhere where there's a damaged part of the tree bleeds out pitch. And I have this little container here that's filled with pitch, and I cut jute twine, I don't know, I guess it's about a foot, and this is saturated in pitch. So you can literally, I'll just use a lighter here, you can literally light, and it just lights instantaneously, and this will light actually very, very well and keep going for quite a while. This is pitch with jute twine, very, very handy. I've also mentioned too that I have a bunch of these little, I don't know, they're little rolls. There's fat wood inside the roll. I've wrapped it very, very well with jute twine, and then I've put wax on it, repeated the process, and then I have a little wick, and you light this. And this is one of the better ways of starting a fire. It stays lit for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. So you got a good way of starting a fire. Same process as well with matches. Get these matches, and I wrap them around with the jute twine, and then I pour wax or dip them in wax, and now they're waterproof, and they last a very long time as well. You can imagine it's basically all wax and jute twine. It's like having a candle. You can get these here at the dollar store here in Canada. Now these here, they light really well, but they smell really bad. There's some kind of chemical on this match, and they light really, really well. It's called fire sticks, but for the first little bit, the smoke smells pretty bad. There's also, I'll just open this up here. There's also, of course, the cotton balls with the Vaseline. I don't use Vaseline. I use that, you know, those Sternal cans with the fuel, the kind of a gel. That's what I use for this, and these things light up instantaneously with a ferro rod. I'll show you here. It lights up very, very well. Just basically instantly lights up, and it'll stay lit for quite a long time. The reason why the fire is not showing so well here, although it is still lit, is because I use that fuel, and that fuel actually doesn't make the flame show. So I'm going to put this out here so that my house doesn't burn down. Also, I also carry one of these here as well. It's another one I'll carry these when I have a backpack, obviously not on me. And these are filled with those zip cubes, those fire barbecue zip cubes. And they, of course, light instantly and they last for a long time. Great for cooking high heat. I also have this container here, and it's filled with alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and toothpicks. This works fairly good. My next generation of this was small pieces of actual wood, wood that was a little bit bigger than this, and it lights a lot because you have to put 5 or 6 of these in, whereas one piece of wood would work very well. So, and you can take this with you. Make sure it's in a waterproof container. This is waterproof, but I also have Gorilla Tape around it so it doesn't leak, because of course that would be a bad thing. Starting a fire, of course, if you don't have a lot of this stuff, a lot of people use feather sticks, and I'm going to be going to a video on making feather sticks. But one of the things I do with the feather sticks is I make them sort of small, and I make like 20 of these. And these feather sticks burn very, very well and very quickly. I don't keep them on the stick. I don't have really long ones, just enough to get the twigs going. And this stuff actually lights really well as well. It the feather sticks, they're one of the go-tos when it comes to lighting a fire in the bush, because you can start a fire with a feather stick even in wet weather, and if that's all you have. And it's lit. It doesn't take much, and then you just kind of add feather sticks as you go, and then you have a really good fire. So these are multiple amounts of different ways of lighting fires. Lots of the stuff you can carry with you. It's good to have more than one way of starting a fire, and good to know how to start a fire with all this stuff. And then when you're in the woods, it's not a problem to start a fire. If you go to try it one way and it's not working, you know, worst case scenario, you light one of these and you got a fire going. If you fall into a lake or a river or something, you need a fire going. You don't want to be playing around with getting a feather stick going or scraping magnesium or anything like that. One of these, and this is totally waterproof. You could literally put this in the water for a week and nothing would happen. It's completely dry on the inside, and this is your go-to for sure. Practice with a ferro rod, of course. You know, it's not only fun, but it's a great thing to learn. But have some alternatives. So that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed the different ways that I have that I can start a fire. And you have a great day. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe to the video. That would be to the channel. That'd be great. And if you feel like donating, please hit the donate button and donate whatever you can. There's a bunch of people that have already donated, and I've been able to get my GoPro. It's on its way, so we're going to get a way better video. So until then, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.